Ashtavakra Gita. India, undisputedly the oldest civilization of the world, experienced several highs and lows in its journey till date. However, its strong spiritual base provided tremendous resilience to bounce back and restore its pre-eminence in all spheres. Its spiritual foundations can be traced back to the Vedic period, which gradually evolved to Vedantic thought and is at the heart of the spiritual revolution impacting lives of millions across several continents. Spiritual leaders, scientists, and other intellectuals worldwide have hailed the immense depth of universal knowledge enshrined in Vedanta philosophy. Vedanta, literally translated, means end of Vedas and beginning of a colossal body of philosophical literature in the form of Upanishads, Brahma Sutras and Bhagavad Gita. The fundamental thought in all these epics is concept of Advaitavad, non-duality. Majority of people who have some connect with the spiritual space know, read and follow somewhat the profound message delivered by Krishna to Arjuna in the battlefield of Mahabharata. Bhagavad Gita has a context that everyone can relate to. It deals with issues of day-to-day life, and several of its teachings are relevant for everyone. Bhagavad Gita is rightly described as a way of life. Restoring the supremacy of yoga, Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, and many other forms are an integral part of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is also built on the unqualified premise of Advaitavad. Chapter 11 of Gita, wherein Krishna presents his Virat Swarup to Arjuna, who till then had continued to wallow in his grief, unwilling to pick up his bow and arrows, is the absolute moment of oneness of God and transformation of Arjuna as a warrior willing to do his duty. Advaitavad, non-duality, irrevocably establishes the concept of oneness, only one, which has no second. Brahman, the Supreme, alone exists, and everything else is an illusion. The entire universe is like an infinite ocean in which thousands of worlds, like the waves, rise, play, collide, and merge with the ocean. There is another scripture which does not formally figure as a part of Vedanta, but on a standalone basis propounds the reality of Advaitavad that has no parallel in the series of several commentaries on the subject. This book is Ashtavakra Gita, also known as Ashtavakra Samhita. The name of the sage draws from the fact that his physical frame was twisted at 8 different places. The anecdotal version of Ashtavakra relates to the chance encounter of Emperor Janak, father of Sita and father-in-law of Sri Ram, with Ashtavakra, a young boy of 12 years of age. The story states that Ashtavakra went to Janak's court in search of his missing father, named Kahor, who had reportedly come there to seek royal patronage. He lost a spiritual debate against the court philosopher, Bandi, and was excommunicated from Janak's court and sent to serve the father of Bandi. Ashtavakra's entry into the court induced uproarious laughter from the courtiers, including by some intellectuals and pundits who claimed in-depth knowledge of Vedas and Upanishads. Once the din of the laughter subsided, Ashtavakra also laughed in somewhat derisive manner. King Janak, who understood the reason of his courtiers mocking the young lad, whose body was twisted at 8 places, asked Ashtavakra the reason of his laughter. He replied that I had heard that you are an enlightened king, but you seem to have packed your court with a bunch of fools who cannot make a distinction between the body and the soul which is pure consciousness. They laugh at the body which is perishable and transient. How can you call them learned? Pandit Sri Bandi, who had defeated Ashtavakra's father in a spiritual debate, challenged him for a duel. Pandit was no match to the sparkling genius of Ashtavakra. His father was brought back and King Janak requested Ashtavakra to become his guru. Ashtavakra Gita is quintessentially a compilation of a dialogue between Ashtavakra and King Janak. In fact, it is not a dialogue in the classic sense. Both have their own individual space and express their profound thoughts in a manner that seamlessly converge to just one view, Brahman, manifestation of existence, bliss, consciousness. The entire world is described as an illusion and all living entities as his representation. Ashtavakra Gita begins with King Janak asking three questions. These are: how does one gain true knowledge? How does one get liberation? And way to renunciation. Thereupon Ashtavakra begins to expand on these themes and Janak shares his experience and his response to Ashtavakra's words of profound wisdom showed great perspicacity and understanding, reinforcing the veracity of the statements. 18 chapters, 298 verses seem to say the same language, speak the same language, in what appears as a grand monotony of words and thoughts. Each word, each verse is beautifully, wondrously orchestrated symphony, emphasizing oneness of the universe and unity of every entity, animate or inanimate. The entire universe is one big illusion and the only thing that exists is self, the supreme consciousness. The beauty of this epic really lies in its simplicity, its directness. Ashtavakra Gita has no context, no story, no debate, and no ambiguity whatsoever. Each word is luminous, transparent, and keeps appearing with steady regularity till it gets firmly embedded in the consciousness of the reader. No wonder many great sages have hailed Ashtavakra Gita as the purest of all scriptures. Chapter 1. Janak speaks. O the revered one, tell me the way to wisdom, liberation, and renunciation. Ashtavakra speaks. My son, if you want absolute freedom, spurn the poison of senses. Drink the nectar of love, empathy, forgiveness, truth, and simplicity. You are not any of the five elements, earth, fire, water, air, or sky. Believe that you are a witness. Yourself, you are then free. You are different from your body. Believe in this truth consciously. Right now, you will be at peace, happy and free. You have no caste. You are not bound by duties. Formless, unattached, beyond the reach of senses, witness of all things, be happy. Right and wrong, joy or sorrow do not affect you. They are the attributes of mind. You are neither the doer nor the enjoyer. O the all-pervading one, you are ever free. You are a witness of all things and ever truly free. If you see yourself as something different, then you are bound. When you think you are the doer, you are bitten by big black snake of ego. The thought that you are not the doer will be like nectar. Drink it and be happy. You are pure consciousness. Burn the forest of ignorance with this belief. Give up sorrow and be happy. The way a rope appears as a snake, you are mistaken for the world. You are pure bliss. Live happily as that blissful consciousness. If you think you are free, you will become free. If you think you are bound, you are bound. A saying that you are what your thoughts are is indeed true. Self appears as a world only as an illusion. Self is a witness, all-pervading, perfect and non-dual. Free and pure consciousness, unattached, free of action, desireless and quiet. Self is non-dual, pure consciousness, immutable. Meditate on it. Give up the illusion of a separate self. Give up the feeling within or without that you are this, that, or the other. My dear son, for a long time you have thought that you are a body. Hence you are bound. Your pure consciousness with this knowledge as your sword, cut through the ignorance and be happy. You are unattached, already free, actionless, self-effulgent and bright. You are bound only by your desire to practice meditation. You flow in everything, and everything is woven around you. You are pure consciousness. Do not give in to petty-minded thoughts. You are not dependent. You are always the same, unchanging, profound, serene and undisturbed. Desire only pure consciousness. You must know that whatever takes form is false. Only the formless is permanent. On realizing this, you will escape the pangs of rebirth. The Supreme Self exists everywhere, inside and outside the body. The same way as mirror exists inside and outside the image it reflects. Air is flowing everywhere, inside and outside the pot, and fills it up. So does the all-pervading Brahman fills and flows in everything.